Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, we're going to be talking about ways that small business owners can do their part for the environment. So let's get started. Well, Earth Day is Wednesday, and all of April is Earth Month. So for this video, we're going to be giving you some tips on how you can save the environment, or at least do your part. The first one is recycling your office paper. I print a lot of things from my printer, but they're not all things that have to be polished and presented to clients. In 90% of what I print are things that I'm reading for my clients out loud. So that's one thing that you can do. If you don't need to present a polished document to a client, you can double-side print things on both sides of the paper. I sometimes print 3 or 4 times. If one piece of paper has just a little strip of text at the top, but nothing on either side, then I can print 3 times on that sheet of paper. And that saves you money because you're not buying so much paper. It's not really going to save you ink, but you will save money because you're not printing as much. Now, let's get to the ink of the printer. You can put remanufactured toner in your printer, and that will save you on the print costs too, because a new print cartridge is about $80. A remanufactured one is a fraction of that, anywhere from $25 to $50 for the remanufactured. So that'll save you money. It also saves the environment because you're buying from the ones who are reusing the toner cartridge, which, believe it or not, even when it runs out, there's still enough that they can reuse it and make a whole new printer cartridge. And so that's saving the environment too. The third way that you can do as a small business owner is reduce the amount of water and electricity that you use. So if you can turn your computers off at night, if it's viable, sometimes it's not a feasible thing to do. You can use daylight as much as possible and reduce the amount of overhead electricity that you're using. I'll use your phones at 100% charge and then not charge it again until it's really almost ready to go out. But for me, the room is dark even with the daylight, so I need my overhead, but I would rather actually use just the daylight instead of the overhead. But if you reduce the amount of electricity you use, that reduces your costs. It also reduces the strain on the grid, and it reduces the environment. It helps the environment because you're not using all of our resources, our fossil fuels or our natural gas or our nuclear power or our solar or wind or hydropower, whatever type of electricity generating power you're using. If you're reducing the amount that you use personally, it helps the overall system. And the water use, same way. You can put in low flow toilets, although they're not very good. You can you can drink less water. Use your filter in your refrigerator as opposed to buying bottled water. Use tap water as much as possible. Believe it or not, tap water and bottled water are not that different. They have to follow the same drinking water regulations that EPA requires. So if you're drinking bottled water and you think it's better for you, it actually is the same. But bottled water, if you get spring water, it's going to be a little purer than if you get purified water. But if you get purified water, all that is the tap water that the bottle companies buy from the cities, and then they purify it one more time with reverse osmosis, and then they can create bottled water. So if you're buying purified in a bottle, it's the same as tap water. So you might as well just use the tap water because you're paying for it anyway. But reduce the amount of water that you use every day. Take less showers. Shorter showers. Use low flow toilets if you can stomach it, but frankly, I don't like low flow toilets. And try to use tap water as much as possible. Okay, and then a final tip that small business owners can do that will do their part for the environment is use your car as little as possible. Do a lot more Zoom calls and less in-person sales meetings. Do not travel to networking meetings. And so you're not using all the gas, especially now with the gas prices so high. Using your car less will mean fewer emissions. And it will help give you a savings on you'll see that you can take that money and put it towards something else. One more thing I need to tell you is that the fastest growing item in landfills are electronics. Cell phones, laptops, tablets, computers in general, and most of the components in a computer cannot be recycled. So it is imperative that you wait until they're completely dead before you upgrade to that newest phone. Thank you for watching. I hope I gave you some knowledge that you didn't already have. And if you have watched this and are subscribed, great. If you have watched this and have not subscribed, consider subscribing, because once in a while I do have a tip or two that can help you. Don't worry, be happy, and happy Earth Day.